Jarvis, and they're with the Phoenix Global Initiative. And so tell us a little bit about the Phoenix Global Initiative and the event that you have coming up on November the 19th. It was Empowering Entrepreneurs.
Okay, so yeah, we're basically hosting a workshop for anyone who has a business idea, who's been thinking about entrepreneurship, and we're going to help put together business plans. So we're going to have C.R. Davis and Joe Stewart. They actually have an African American law firm, and they're going to be hosting the workshop. They're business formation lawyers.
Okay.
And they're going to be basically helping people put together their business plans.
Okay. So how long is the program for sale? And how do folks register for it?
Well, it's going to be hosted at Seed Spot November 19th from 11 to 2 p.m. If you go to our website at phoenixglobalinitiative.com, phoenixglobalinitiative.com, you can click on the link there and register for the site. Register for the event, and it's a free workshop.
Okay. Free is always good.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's
We're just trying to get people started. We don't want to charge you nothing.
Right, right. and because a business plan is very important to the
critical.
success of a business.
It's critical, critical. The document itself as well as the process, of thinking through how you acquire your customers and how do you be competitive in the marketplace and all those different aspects. Exactly. How you get funds, how do you keep the business surviving for 5 years, all the thought that has to go into creating a document like that is a critical process, part of the process of starting a business. And what we are finding, as well as what is out there as common knowledge now when it comes to addressing this need of having more black-owned businesses, that there's no shortage of the entrepreneurial spirit. There's no shortage of talent or ingenuity or brilliance. There's no shortage of any of that. There's a shortage of resources on one hand, but there's a shortage on entrepreneurial training. As I said before, we don't come up with a lot of these discussions around, growth and projections and just all those types of things that go into running a highly effective business, and business planning being one of those things. So if we're going to start at the beginning, we need to start talking about the business planning process. So that's really what this cultivation effort, what PGI and what this event is all about, is really to start to just get education out there and get the knowledge out there, because there's brilliant people that we come into contact with every single day that either have a business or that's their desire is to start something of their own. Right. And so we just want to equip them. We want to equip them and empower them with whatever resources that they need, whether they be some type of information and tool or whether they be a financial resource. But whatever that is, you have to get it because you have to get that business going. You have to get it started because that's our hope. Right, that's our future.
Now the finances come very important to a lot of businesses when they start. Most of them start shorthanded because they don't have enough funds.
Right,
and they're trying to borrow from their parents or their family members, draining their savings or whatever. How do we? I say as far as African Americans, how do we improve that situation to provide funds for startups, I would say?
Well, one thing I've been learning in the financial industry, obviously credit is super important, and being educated on how you can maneuver your credit to get financing from banks and from even investors, that's one way. And also through your life insurance policy. A lot of people don't know that there's living benefits for a life insurance policy, and if you put life insurance on your child, by the time they're 20, 25, they will have funds available so that they can embark on a business, go to school, get a car, whatever those types of things, they may need. So, that's one avenue that I'm coming across that I think that is beneficial, and it's important for us to have anyways as a community.
Okay.
But yeah, utilizing savings, obviously, jobs. People used to mow lawns back in the day.
Oh, that was my first business.
They used to mow lawns. They used to shovel snow.
You named two of my first paper route.
Yeah, we used to have things where we did things so that we could generate income without actually having to go work for someone else.
Right.
And we definitely need to get back to being creative.
Absolutely.
See how we can help others.
Yeah, I was out there shoveling 20 below zero and doing my neighborhood, the
Car washes,
car washes, all that,
lemonade stands,
Yeah,
babysitting.
and I think that's kind of missing for youth today. Those avenues of earning money, and then they can, and the parents have an ability to show them how to manage their money.
That's right.
Because now, you know, you might have a company come in, do your lawn.
Right.
It doesn't snow out here.
Right.
So,
You ain't shoveling nothing.
so you ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to shovel.
Take
Absolutely.
somebody's trash out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You can walk some
Lemonade
dogs.
stand or something.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right though. And education is a critical aspect of that, of like managing finances and what do you do once you have that money, you know. And that's some of the work that's taking place with the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee and the economic development portion, is getting the education out there at the community level of you know, being disciplined and knowing how to save, knowing how to invest, knowing where to spend your dollars and keeping our dollars circulating and things like that. So that is effort that's going on locally, you know, with the LOC, as well as I'm sure other organizations are focused on that financial literacy aspect. Just going back to your question on the finance side or the resources side, and you know, where to get that investment from. So Shasta hit it, you know. We need to be knowledgeable about what's out there, because there are some resources out there, whether it's a small loan or whether it's some type of financing that you can get. You know, crowdfunding is always there. So there are things we can do outside the box. But when it comes to, and this is an area that we're starting to embark on now, because when it comes to larger scale business, which is an area that we definitely have to get into. I mean, we were just talking about starting a radio station. You know, like that's not peanuts. Like you can't put out a crowdfund for $5 million, or you know, you ain't gonna get a loan for that if you're just walking in off the street.
Right.
You know, so coming up with really innovative funding models where people can have some type of equity, because there are some really powerful models of investment that go way back. This stuff is in our history. I just found out about the Susu, you know, where we all just pull our resources and put it into a project. Like that's an ancient term, an ancient process, a model, but that's something we can employ today. You know, where everybody has ownership, everybody has some type of stake into it, and everybody benefits from it. You know, I mean, imagine if we were to get 100,000 people to all put in $10 million to start a radio station. Like, these are things that can actually happen. You know, it just takes some figuring out, but I mean,
And working together.
Absolutely. But if everybody
That's the
benefits
key.
from it, yeah,
That's the key.
absolutely,
Unity.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that time is coming.
Yeah, and we definitely got to keep working at it. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I know here in the Valley, I mean, years ago they used to have a black-owned radio station. A couple of them actually over time. One was a football player who had started an AM station that went for a while, and then that was gone. And then we had a black FM station, and that went for a while, and then that was gone. But one of the things, one important ingredients in any type of business is well, I'll say like a radio station in any type of media business is advertising to keep the generating and getting people in. So I would say one of the most critical things is spending the person's money wisely
That's right.
to support their
That's right.
community.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we lack in that. You know?
Right.
Yeah, I tell folks, because I have black cleaners that I go to in Chandler, and I don't live as far as Chandler now. I live in East Valley still, but it. They said, well, you know, there's a cleaners around the corner. I said, yeah, there is, but I want to make sure I give money to that cleaners because it I don't say it makes me feel good, but it helps that cleaner, that business grow.
That's right.
And helps that person grow the business and might open another spot.
That's right.
And he employs another spot. And
That's
helps his
it.
family, helps their community. So, you know, every other group does that. You know,
That's
you
right.
can go for people in the Jewish community, the Asian
Exactly.
community. They'll drive 10, 15 miles or whatever they
That's
do
right.
to get to that business and support them instead of going for the convenience.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things we have to really impress upon our community.
We have to. We have to, brother. You know, you had mentioned something earlier about the integration aspect. You know, and when some of those barriers came down, you know, people left, and we didn't. I don't think we ever it's easy to look back now and kind of knock people that left the community and things like that, but I don't think we ever really grasp how necessary supporting your own community and having those institutions is.
Right.
So now that we have that hindsight, now we know that we have to make those sacrifices, whether it's driving the extra mile or paying the 10% more or whatever the case may be, or dealing with the attitude. A lot of times the black business has a stigma of like, oh, they don't have good customer service and things like that. Well, a lot of these businesses are struggling.
Right.
Like they've been struggling for a long time and they're not getting the support that they think they should get from their community.
Right.
So we're so disconnected now, but we have to, from a consumer side, we have to support.
Right.
We have to make that investment. And from the business side, and that's where we come in, and that's where a lot of organizations come in, is we want to support those businesses because, yes, you do have to provide exceptional customer service. We've been going to, like, we're right now in our initiative on the LLC, we're focused on the beauty supply industry. That's one of the largest industries where we're the primary consumers, and we don't have that much control. But when you look at some of the stores that we go to, like, they've been serving us for years. Like, they know how to service, they know the prices we want, they know the products that we want.
Right.
So they serve us with a smile. And a lot of these black-owned beauty supply stores, they aren't at where they could be. So yes, you do have to provide exceptional service and provide the products that people need, but it might take a few days for us to get there.
Right.
We can't go from the Asian-owned stores that make a ton of money off of us and don't put anything back into our community and go straight into the black-owned beauty supply stores that are dying on the vine and expect the same exact thing on day one. But that's why we build, and eventually they get to economies of scale, and eventually they can hire more people and have hours that are more conducive to us coming and things like that. But we have to get there. But that's a necessary step that we have to take.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got to crawl before you walk.
Exactly.
Right.
And they did all the crawling. These other stores, they did all the crawling with us. They experimented on us.
Right.
They opened up stores in our neighborhood. They got a chance to crawl. Now they flying.
They're
Right.
So of course we walk in and it's beautiful and it's everything that we could ever dream.
Yeah.
But it's not benefiting us really.
Right.
It just feels good. But we can't get a job there.
Can't get a job
Right.
there.
They're not giving no scholarships to the kids. They're not doing nothing for the schools. They're not doing nothing for anybody except for themselves.
Yep.
Their family.
Right, exactly.
Thank you for listening to the Alvin Galloway Show, and support for Radio Phoenix comes in part from Gifts-A-Non. Since 1977, Gifts-A-Non has provided books, gifts, self-help programs, support for Valley residents recovering from addiction. 2 locations are available, one at 7th Street just south of Bethany Home in Phoenix, and the other at Scottsdale Road in Shea in Scottsdale. More information available at 602-277-5256 or search for Gifts-A-Non Incorporated on Facebook. And that's GIFTSANON Incorporated. And this is the Alvin Galloway Show.